Sometimes life doesn't break us all at once. Sometimes it breaks us with a single sentence, a sentence spoken by someone we love, a sentence we never imagined hearing from our own family. This story is not about anger. It's not about revenge. It's about pain, misunderstanding, silence, and realization. This is the story of the voicemail that told me not to come back home, and how, within just one night, everything changed. Home is supposed to be a place of peace, a place where you can breathe freely, a place where you are accepted, even when the world is against you. But slowly, my home started feeling different. The smiles disappeared. Conversations became short. Every small mistake became a reason for conflict. My mom and I used to be close. She was my strength, my safe place. But something changed. She started criticizing everything I did, how I talked, how I lived, how I made decisions. I tried to ignore it. I told myself she was stressed. I told myself it would pass, but it didn't. That day, the fight started over something small, something that shouldn't have mattered. But when emotions are stored for months, even a small spark can cause a fire. Voices got louder. Words got sharper. Then it happened. My mom said things she could never take back. I felt humiliated. I felt rejected. I felt invisible. I grabbed my phone and walked out of the house. Not to run away, just to breathe. That night, I stayed at a friend's place. The room was quiet, too quiet. I kept replaying the argument in my head. I kept wondering if I should go back and apologize, even if I wasn't wrong. I turned my phone off. I thought space would cool things down. I thought wrong. The next morning, I turned my phone back on. There was a voicemail. It was from my mom. Her voice didn't sound like my mom. It was cold, emotionless. She said, "Don't come back. If you leave this house, don't return again." I couldn't breathe. I sat there in silence, staring at the phone. I listened again and again. Each time, the words hurt more. Those words made something very clear. I wasn't welcome. I packed my bag slowly. Every item reminded me of home. Every memory felt heavier than the last. As I stepped outside, I felt fear, but also something else, freedom, painful freedom. That night, I truly understood loneliness. No calls, no messages. I cried quietly so no one could hear me. I asked myself again and again, how did it come to this? How did love turn into rejection? I didn't sleep. Morning came. My phone started ringing. Once, twice, again. I checked my screen. 46 missed calls. Messages filled my phone. Please come back. Your mom is not okay. She regrets everything. For the first time, my absence was felt. Sometimes people don't realize your value until you are gone. My mom didn't hate me. She was afraid. Afraid of losing control. Afraid of change. Afraid of letting go. Fear speaks in anger. When I returned, my mom broke down crying. She hugged me like she never wanted to let go. She apologized. That moment taught me something powerful. Parents are not perfect. They are humans carrying their own pain. We talked honestly. No shouting, no blaming, just truth. We spoke about respect, boundaries, listening. Healing doesn't happen instantly, but it begins with honesty. Things didn't magically become perfect, but they became real. I learned to stand up for myself. They learned to listen. If you remember one thing from this story, remember this. You deserve respect. Walking away is sometimes necessary. Silence is not peace. Love needs communication. Sometimes distance teaches value. If this story touched you, if it felt familiar, if it reminded you of your own life, you are not weak. You are human. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Have you ever heard words from someone you love? Words so painful that they completely change how you see your family? Sometimes it's not strangers who hurt us the most. It's the people we trust with our hearts. This is my story. A story about a voicemail, a story about rejection, a story about walking away from home, and a story about how, by the next morning, everything changed. That day started like any other ordinary day. I woke up early, got ready, and went about my routine. But deep inside, something felt heavy. For months, the atmosphere at home had been tense. Arguments had become normal. Silence had replaced love. My mom and I weren't talking like we used to. Every small mistake turned into a big fight. Every conversation felt like a battle. I tried to fix things. I tried staying quiet. I tried explaining myself, but nothing worked. That evening, a small disagreement turned into a massive fight. Voices were raised, harsh words were spoken. I remember my mom saying things she had never said before, words that felt like knives. I walked out of the house shaking, angry, and hurt. I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I couldn't stay there anymore. That night, I stayed with a friend. I turned my phone off, trying to calm my mind. I thought maybe we just needed time. I was wrong. The next morning, I turned my phone back on. One missed call, then another, and then a voicemail notification. It was from my mom. I pressed play. Her voice was cold, firm, final. She said, "Don't come back. If you leave this house, don't ever return." I froze. My heart started racing. My hands were shaking. I replayed the voicemail again and again, hoping I had misunderstood, but I hadn't. That voicemail broke something inside me. Home was supposed to be safe, a place where you are accepted no matter what. But in that moment, I felt unwanted. I packed my bag, not knowing if I would ever return. As I stepped outside, I looked back one last time. Every memory flashed before my eyes. Birthdays, festivals, laughter, and now silence. That night was the longest night of my life. I kept checking my phone, no messages, no calls. I questioned everything. Was I wrong? Should I go back? Did I deserve this? Tears fell silently as I stared at the ceiling, wondering how love could disappear so quickly. The next morning, something unbelievable happened. My phone started vibrating. One missed call, then 5, then 10. I checked the call log. 46 missed calls, all from my mom, my dad, my relatives. Messages started pouring in. "Please come back. Your mom is crying. We made a mistake." For the first time, they felt my absence. They realized what life was like without me. That voicemail, those words, they didn't come from hate. They came from anger, fear, and misunderstanding. But the damage was already done. When I finally returned home, the house felt different. My mom hugged me tightly. She was crying uncontrollably. She said she never meant those words. She was scared of losing control, scared of losing me. That was the moment I realized something important. Parents are human too. They make mistakes, big ones. We sat down and talked, not shouting, not arguing, just talking. We spoke about boundaries, about respect, about communication. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. This experience taught me powerful lessons. Silence can hurt more than words. Walking away sometimes brings clarity. Love doesn't disappear. It gets buried under emotions. Communication can save relationships. Most importantly, you deserve respect, even from family. If you're watching this and going through something similar, know this: you are not alone. Your feelings matter. Your voice matters. Sometimes distance helps people understand your value. Thank you for listening to my story. If this touched your heart, like the video, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe for more real-life stories.